The 2026 FIFA World Cup is a massive logistical undertaking. With 48 national teams, organizers must coordinate 104 matches. The geographic footprint spans the entire North American continent, stretching from Vancouver all the way south to Mexico City. 11 distinct host cities within the United States will process an enormous influx of international tourists directly into major American urban centers. These games are anchored by eastern and western hubs, routing fans toward high-capacity facilities like MetLife Stadium in New Jersey and SoFi Stadium in California. The architecture of American sports venues offers staggering capacity. These multi-tiered stadiums are built to handle tens of thousands of spectators with ease. Millions of international fans are currently navigating global transit hubs and packing terminals, preparing to experience the reality of the United States firsthand. This creates an environment where foreign visitors interact directly with American daily life on a massive scale, setting the stage for a distinct cultural collision. While foreign fans treat this as the trip of a lifetime, many locals experience habituation, the psychological process of becoming entirely numb to the spectacular environment you live in every day. Constant exposure to digital outrage and cynical media cycles has left many Americans convinced that their country is fractured and declining. Local independent media like Shasta Unfiltered provide a different perspective. They prioritize transparency and local engagement to highlight the actual functioning state of American communities. Because domestic audiences have become so accustomed to negative narratives, the unconditioned reactions of foreign tourists provide a clearer look at the reality of America. As these fans arrive, they are documenting a specific shock at the physical scale and abundance of everyday American life. German fan Freddie is one of many visitors whose posts from a road trip through the American South have reached millions. His reaction to a packed Auburn football game highlighted the staggering scale of American collegiate athletics, which often exceeds the capacity and intensity of professional leagues in Europe. This awe extends to basic infrastructure, like the massive convenience centers at Buc-ee's, which operate on a scale far beyond the typical international gas station. Tourists are equally fascinated by the physical environment itself, documenting the vast interstate system and the outsized dimensions of American vehicles. Even standard comforts are a point of interest, frequently posting about powerful air conditioning and free drink refills at many restaurants. Americans typically view their daily commutes and fast food stops as mundane. For much of the rest of the world, this level of space and convenience represents a high standard of living. The surprise extends to social behavior, as European tourists encounter a level of welcoming hospitality they rarely see depicted in the media. Visitors share stories of locals providing directions to regional barbecue, chatting at late-night diners, and offering local sightseeing tips. This generous atmosphere directly contradicts the caricature of a hostile and divided nation, often projected by international news outlets. These fans are experiencing a resilient, on-the-ground culture, built on local generosity and a visible sense of national pride. This chart compares the relative cost of living and energy across several major nations. In the American heartland, the cost of food and fuel remains significantly lower than the global average. In places like Shasta County, this relative abundance is attributed to a cultural emphasis on self-reliance and the freedom to manage local communities without excessive interference. This freedom is physically reflected in the environment. The vast space and natural beauty of Northern California are central to the American landscape. These prosperous and connected communities serve as the functional core of the country, existing far beyond the noise of digital outrage. The reaction of these foreign visitors offers a reason for Americans to re-examine their own nation. It is time to recognize the value of this country's success and abundance. One way to break the cycle of habituation is to log off social media, step outside, and physically re-engage with your environment. Engage with the local culture that international visitors are currently discovering. Take a road trip and support the small businesses that anchor your community. This is found in simple acts like gathering with neighbors for a backyard cookout or hosting a visitor. Celebrate the nation with pride and teach the next generation why this remains the greatest country on earth. To support independent journalism that covers these perspectives, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and visit the Shasta Unfiltered website. Looking at your home through the eyes of a stranger reveals a clear truth. The American dream is still very much alive.